Hello, my name is Connor. I'm a part of the CELE SQE teaching team, and today we're just going to be doing a quick overview of our new student platform. So the new student platform is here to number one, support you as a student in progressing your SQE studies, and for us to really give you everything we can to help you pass your exams. So when you first log on to our platform, this is fully included with all of your purchases. You will come onto the dashboard. It'll welcome you back. Here's me, connor.gd@celesque.com. It'll say, since you've been a member with us, when you have access to the SQE, in this instance, I'm not on the SQE2. And here's just a few things. It will give you some questions, how many questions you completed, which you'll understand in a second, how many study cards you've completed, the amount of time you've studied, and your ranking against other students. So this new platform brings a bit of competitiveness and also gives you accountability on studying and how much you've done. So on here, you'll be welcomed, as mentioned. Here will be your recent activity on the left, and on the right, you'll have different options on what you can do. So if you wanted to go ahead and do some SQE1 studying, and let's say you want to do contracts law right in front of you, you've got all the different types of questions you could potentially do. So let's say I fancy chapter 2, agreement, start learning, and now my study cards have loaded. So you will be given the first
Welcome to today's session on
lesson
contract laws,
on contract law,
focusing
and it will give you some information on this. There's also an alternative, which another video you can watch and go ahead over the contracts law. Here's some key notes in here also, and you've got some kind of homework on how you can help yourself going forward. You'll have a transcript here, so if you want to utilize that in any way you want, you can. When you've done that, you can then press mark as completed. You can also change the font size of the work there, and it will come up that you've completed contracts law. We can then go back to the dashboard. It'll give you the information that you've just completed the contract law study cards, and you will say, you've completed your study card and you know what to do. You then want to progress into another one of contract law. You would then toggle of what is left to do. You can see there you've already completed one, and just go ahead and revise as you go on. That's just one part of our new introduced things you can do. You've also got your SQE2 study cards, which is exactly the same. And then under that, you've got the SQE question bank. So let's guess that you are fancying going ahead, and this is for all of them currently on FLK1 English legal system, but you didn't really know that much about sources of law and your difficulties, you're quite new to the subject and you just want to get some grounding. So you've got different options of practice modes. So you can have random, you can have low accuracy, so ones that you're not very good at, unseen only, so questions that you've not seen if you've previously used this, seen only, so questions you've already used on here, your favorites, so ones that you particularly like, ones that you've got wrong, ones that that you'll only go over once, and ones that are asked in the Q&A. So with this, the AI gives you questions really based off how you're progressing as a person. So unseen questions obviously are ones that you've not really gone through or not really seen before. Your wrong answers, ones where you've not really done very well and you want to strengthen. Low accuracy ones where you just want to consolidate your understanding, and then ones that you've not practiced for 7 days. The smart practice algorithm will help you go ahead and do this. Obviously, if there's any errors, please let us know. But I'll go ahead and say this is the answer. Submit my answer, and it'll tell you whether it's incorrect or correct and how long you've took on that. You'll then be given an explanation on why it's incorrect and what you've done wrong. And then, for example, if I know that I've got this wrong, I can then go ahead and start practicing on the one that I've got wrong. But obviously it's not going to be on there straight away because I've not completed it as of yet. So we'll just reset, go back to the start. And now I want to change to rules of language, for example. So we'll have another random ones. I need to click on the subject, but we'll go on basic ones, and we want random questions. So this is just, again, created a random question from chapter 13. And then you've also got here the ability for you to take notes. So if you don't understand it, you can save your notes on here and go ahead and save them to your dashboard. We also have the option to ask AI. So, for example, why is clause included? For example, ask AI and AI will analyze your question and give you a response. That allows you to have on the go learning if you don't understand something and want to progress while answering the question. That will come ahead and give you a response in due course and prepare you a detailed response. And I guess you can use that while on the dashboard just to really solidify your knowledge and really on how you progress. The II sometimes takes a little bit of time, but it's got a lot of information to go through, and we'll come back to you on the question in due course. Now we've understood our question bank, and we've gone ahead and chose it. You know, here you can see it has came back with the response. Why is there a clause included? And it gives you a good breakdown of why the clause is included. So now we will go back to the dashboard. So it said that I've studied, done a study card and practiced, and it gives you kind of an update on what you've done. Let's say now you want to do a mock exam. So it'll load you up your mock exam. You'll choose how many questions you want to do. And we all base this off the assessment standards. So each question usually would take 1.7 minutes on average. But now you can choose, you know, let's say English law, and maybe property and law practice, and ones that have asked AI, but I've only asked AI once, so let's maybe not go for them, maybe ones that are unseen. And I want to start the mock exam. Here, like it says there, you can select the subjects, choose the number of questions, and it'll start the timer. And this is how the SQE is out. So we'll go ahead, go through next, choose again, next. And the sample test is there running, and it gives you the time remaining, how many questions you're on. And it allows you to really go back and work on what you've got correct and what not, what you haven't got correct. You'll then have the mock exam history, so how many exams you took, the accuracy of the exams, your average accuracy in answering questions, and the total questions you've asked. Obviously, as me, I've just started one now, but you as a student will progress and probably do quite a lot. We also have the study planner, which you can utilize. So it gives you a bit of information on what you've kind of done. So let's have no formal legal education, no legal. I'm full-time studying, and I want to start preparing today, and I'm going for next July. And you want to dedicate this to within 6 months, and you want to do 3-4 hours every day, and you've not took the exam. And this will give you breakdown of how to go ahead and break down your studies and what you should be doing and how you should do this. So it'll then give you a recommended course on which you should do if you haven't already done this with us before, which I assume you would have at that point. And that is your study planner. So even if you're quite experienced and have used the platform for quite a long time, the study planner is a real good way for you to progress and really allocate your time. And why spend time allocating your own time when we've got something in-house that can do it for you? Here's just your starred questions. So wrong answers. So obviously before I've got the question wrong, and that also gives you the option to look over it again and go back to it. Correct answers, I haven't got any correct answers currently, but I'm sure you will, so you know what you've progressed on and what you're doing well on. Then gives you your AI interactions, so everything as you go through, you can go back and look at the AI and see what has been used and what hasn't been used, and what you need to work on. You then have a score prediction data. So as you go on, as you study, as you progress, this accuracy will build up. The more times you study, the more times that you use our systems, it will give you a predicted score on what you use. So the predicted score can be over the last week, over the last month, over the last year. So it's going to give me the same data because I've only studied for 3 minutes in total. It'll tell you how long you've studied for every day, what your kind of performances is when you've done better, and how accurate you have been, and what your best subjects are and what you need to improve on. It'll also give you an overview of your performance on your studying, and overall it just gives you a good overview of what you need to really allocate more of your time on. So the dashboard is quite good for all purposes SQE. So I'd really kind of pushed you to use our platform that we've developed. You can see there's a lot of different options and ways that you can use the platform to progress, and we're there to help you as a student. Be good after this maybe to go through and really nail on what we've done. So to go through and have a look through the mock history, the mock exams, the question banks and the study cards, and also give yourself a bit of a go in the questions and starring the questions, and also just go through and look through the question banks, as you can just go through and look through the whole questions and do exams. This is another way that you can go ahead and just set yourself up per chapter on what to do. So you can practice advanced level, you can practice mock, you can also just practice basic. It really depends on how much you've done. You can do the low accuracy ones, the unseen ones, or random ones, and this can be done for every single chapter. So if you really think you are better in another area where you're a bit more advanced, go ahead and practice the advanced questions. Or if you're in an area where you just think, oh, I'm not as good at this, go back and try the basic ones. So we've got a big bank of questions for you to really have a go at and to really study. So I hope this has been beneficial to you, and I hope you use it. As always, here's my email on the page, and I'm always happy to help if you have any questions with our site and our new platform. We have support all the time, so please do get in touch. But I wish you all the best in your journey, and as I mentioned, please utilize the site because I think it's a great way to really support you with your learning. Thank you.